Hi, I am Narsimhan. I am your financial consultant and property management expert. Today I am here to discuss that how to buy a resale property and what are the challenges, what are the advantages, and how do we support. Okay, how to choose the right one. Like there are challenges, as I said you that today when you buy a new property, there is a governing authority which is called as RERA. Whereas in resale, there is no such governing authority which takes care of your property management. But yes, there are a lot of advantages in resale properties as well. But the challenges also has to be considered before you buy a resale property. And with our experience and expert, we will definitely be in a position to elaborate that what things we'll have to do and what are the things we'll have to look at and how do we support in taking care of your property purchase. And if you have any doubt, of course, you can call us with the numbers which would be provided in the due course. Now, let's see what are the documentation which you will have to look at when you buy for the property. Go through it because if you have any doubt, you can always call us. But we are trying to give you the maximum information, whatever is possible. Now, when you say the property, first thing you'll have to look at is NA order. NA order is basically a non agricultural land order, which means the property which you buy should not be an agricultural land. So, this NA order is issued by the collector office that this particular land is not an agricultural land. So you need to first have an NA order because if you don't have an NA order, you cannot do a construction. So if somebody has done a construction on a land which is not having an NA order, it is not legal. So the first thing is you'll have to check is the NA order. Second is like whenever you buy an agreement, whenever you do an agreement, there is something called as index 2. That is the first page or the second page of an agreement. So you'll have to check that is index 2, which has to be a part of the agreement itself, and sale deed. Either you've done an agreement to sale or you've done a sale deed. So the agreements whichever is related to the property buying is what you will have to see. Generally, these all are part of one single document itself. The agreement to sale or the sale deed, whatever you've done, it has to be a part of that itself. In case if it is not available, you'll have to ask the seller. Now, second, there is something called as commencement certificate. Commencement certificate is what? Commencement certificate is a document which is given by the corporation or given by the PMRDA or it is given by ADTP, that is Additional Director Township Planning. So there are authorities who are enabled to give you a commencement certificate and which is with relevance to your blueprint. Okay, what is this commencement certificate? The builder or the seller or the developer makes a blueprint. Blueprint is basically a chart explaining that how the building would be, what is the space given, what is it is basically a structural design which is approved by the authorities, saying that if it is fits into all their criteria, FSI and everything, so they give a certificate which is called as commencement certificate. In Marathi is called as Prarambh Patra. So this commencement certificate is the start of the project, that whenever you're starting, if everything is fitting into their criteria, they issue a certificate which is called as commencement certificate. So you need to check that the commencement certificate number and the blueprint number should match somewhere. At times it doesn't match, but it matches with completion certificate. So the first thing you'll have to check is the NA order. Second is your commencement certificate. Yes, you'll have to ask for the blueprint which is approved by the authority. The third is the completion certificate, which is relevant to the blueprint or which is relevant to the commencement certificate. Whatever you have given in commencement that this is this is the way it is going to be constructed. Once it is completed in full aspects, once it is done in all the aspects, which includes your lift, which includes your lobby, which includes your garden, whatever is your commitment, if it has been fulfilled, then the government authority checks the entire plan and does an inspection, and post inspection they issue a certificate which is called as completion certificate. In Marathi it is called as Bhagota Patra. Okay. So this you'll have to check that is there the completion certificate. If there is no completion, which means that either the project is fully not completed, of course there are partial completion also. Either there is a partial completion or there is a full completion, or if there is no completion, then you will have to check why there is no completion. If it is an ongoing project, then yes, could be there is no completion. But if you're buying a resale property which is fully completed, there has to be a completion certificate. And property tax. Why property tax is important? The reason is the once a person buys a property, after a year or two, the property taxes starts coming to the person, and he has to pay property taxes every year. So, in case if he has not paid property tax for any particular year, and if, with penalties and everything, it becomes a slightly a huger sum. And if you buy the property later on, that liability comes to you yourself. So it is better that before buying, you check the latest property taxes bill is paid and the electricity bill has been paid. And the sixth one is loan on the property. Is there any loan on the property? If there is a loan on the property, then you need to take a foreclosure letter from the bank, and there is something called as list of document. List of document means that the bank gives you a letter saying that these are the original documents which we have. Otherwise, we will be in a perception that all the original documents are with the bank, and we enter into a contract, but later on we come to understand that there is some paper which is not with the bank. So it's better that we be cautious and we take foreclosure letter and list of document which the seller has to provide you. If he has closed the loan, then you'll have to get the loan closure letter and the no dues from the bank. So you'll have to check whether is there loan or is there is no loan. If there is no loan, then well and good. You get the loan closure letter and the no due certificate. If there is a loan, as I said, you'll have to take foreclosure letter. Foreclosure letter means to understand that if I close now, how much amount I'm supposed to pay, and the list of document which states what are the original documents the bank has of the client. Now further, sorry, society dues. If there is a society formed, generally after the possession is done, after 2 years or 1.5 2 years, there is a society which is formed. So if you're buying a resale property, if there is a society formed, yes, you'll have to take the society registration copy as well, okay, which is not mentioned here because this is not a part of the property document, but you'll have to take the society registration copy to know that there is a society formed. Now, the society, you'll have to check whether is there any dues of the client. If there is a due, then that has to be cleared before you buy the property. Or if it's not clearing it, then maybe you can decide on while buying the terms and conditions that who's going to pay the society dues. But that has to be paid before the buying the property. Now, share certificate. Share certificate is the society gives a share certificate to every member of the society. Now, whoever is a member of the society, he gets a share certificate that he is a part of the society. So, whenever there is a society formed, they issue a share certificate. You'll have to check whether he has a share certificate. If he has, then it's very clear that okay, in future that has to be changed to your name. And if he doesn't have, then you are sure that you are supposed to collect a share certificate on your name. Now, these are the documents as far as the documents is concerned. Now, how to decide on the property? Like, see, these are the documents which you'll have to look at whenever you go for a property. But how to decide on the property? What are the things you'll have to really be careful about? One, the legal clarity of the property. That the property has to be legally clear. There should not be any litigation. There should not be any encumbrance, and there should not be any duplication, or there should not be any issues in the property. So first thing is you'll have to check on the legality. Yes, we would help you on that. But you, when you go for buying a property, check that the legality is clear. And then the valuation of the property. Here, I would like to elaborate a little bit more. The reason is there's a lot of people who pay a higher price because they are not having the valuation of the property. Whenever you buy a property, you will have to evaluate what is the valuation of the property. Yes, there are approved valuators who would give you a valuation of the property. That is on the what is the market price and what is the realizable value of that particular place, and it could be also a distress value. So you'll have to decide that key what is the valuation of the property. One, you get a valuation done by the valuator, or second, there's an option that last 10 transactions or the last 5 or 6 transactions of that particular area, of that particular building, if somebody has bought, if we are able to check, okay, we have people, or we have the department people who can give you these details, like last 5 properties or 6 properties of that particular area, at what price it has been sold. So where you will have a thorough idea about that, how much you're paying and what are you paying, is it worth it, are you paying higher, or you are definitely in a profit. So definitely that keeps you a comfort level as to whether you're buying on the right price or no, you're not being overpriced. So valuation is one which you'll have to check up. And third is the seller's intention to sell. Why this is being put here, the seller's intention? If the seller's intention is clear as to why is he selling, if the seller is selling because of any problem in the flat, or the seller is selling because of distress, or the seller is selling as a investment, or which means that you want to sell and buy another property, the intention of the seller is important, because if there is some problem in the flat and if the seller is selling it because of that, the it could be that that gets transferred to you. If the seller is selling because he wants to buy another flat and this is basically an investment which he did and now he's selling it off because he wants to buy another flat. So which means the intentions of the seller is good, which also you, when you buy, you also get the benefit of being good of that. Okay. Now let's go to the further, and you'll have to again check new versus resale. The properties which is new in that area versus the resale property. At times it so happens that the new properties are also in parallel level to the resale properties. So in some areas, in particularly some pockets, the resale properties are also in parallel level to the new properties. Generally, when you buy a resale property, it is more beneficial because the cost is lesser than the new properties. Or with the same cost, you get a bigger area. So in vice versa, you are on benefit. But in some pockets or in some locations, the new property are also in parallel to the resale properties. So at times you have to do the calculation that is it really worth to go for a resale. If the new properties I'm getting it again on a ready position, the same cost, it's fine. Then I go for a new property. So these are things which you'll have to decide while buying a property. Now, what's further? What are the advantages? Yes, I have said you so many things like, okay, maybe you're confused that, oh, got so much of challenges. No, it is not at all a challenge for a person who understands the business better. Okay, we understand the business better. So always you can call us to get you all the things done in one place. But yes, when you go for yourself, these are things we'll have to look at. And what are the advantages of resale property? Yes, there's a lot of advantages. One, there's a better pricing. When I say better pricing, if I buy a property new with the same cost, probably I get a better area. Or with the same area, suppose I am buying 1,000 square feet of new property, I buy 1,000 square feet of a resale property, I'll be paying less. So there's a better pricing and bigger area or a better location compared with new prices. As I said, the second thing is when I buy a property in the same price, maybe I will get a bigger area. Like suppose I'm buying a property in Vimannagar. Okay, I'm buying a property of new in Vimannagar may cost me 1 crore. The same with the resale with the same area, maybe I'll pay lesser. Or second is like I'm buying a property at a cost for X cost. With the same X cost, I may get a better location. Now I'm going to Agoli for buying a property. So instead of Agoli, maybe I can buy a property maybe 4-5 kilometers ahead or before itself in resale property. Yes, there are chances, but we'll have to do a check on every property we finalize. Savings on property tax. What does it mean? Like normally the property tax levels are rates are fixed for every property you buy. So the new property rates are definitely higher than the old property rates. Those guys who are bought property earlier, they're paying still a lesser corporation taxes, that is property taxes. But the people who bought newly, they're paying definitely higher. So on the resale property, which is more old, will you will be definitely paying slightly lesser than the new properties. And when it's a resale, yes, it's a ready position, so there's no waiting. So you can buy, make an agreement today and enter maybe in another 15 days or 1 month itself. So whereas in a new, there is some waiting, or if it is ready position, then it is slightly expensive. Now, no GST. I think whenever it is a ready possession property, if it is a ready possession property where the possession has been done, there is no GST. That's also a bigger saving, because if you go for any new property, if it is not a ready possession, you, even if it is 95% complete, till the time you don't get a completion certificate, till the time you don't get a possession, you will have to pay GST. But if it is a ready possession property and a new property, it is definitely slightly expensive than the not a ready possession property. So the advantages of a resale is again that there is no GST on the properties, and start getting tax benefit. Now the wherever it is not a ready possession, you don't get the tax benefit immediately. You do get it, but you get it a little bit after, when you get the possession. After that only you can start getting the tax benefit, and that is also been adjusted in 5 years time. Whereas in this ready sale resale properties, you start getting the tax benefit immediately, which means that I buy today and I take a loan and I start getting the benefit from the next month itself. So isn't it really a good option? Like, see, there are a lot of advantages in resale properties. And yes, and how do we support? Like, we as an organization, that is me, I am Narsimhan, and my team, we have experts who are a financial expert. We provide home loans, and also we take care of the resale properties with our experience and experts. So, our team is there to support you professionally in every aspect, right from identifying a property till your possession. Okay, how do we support? What are the things which we support? One is understanding your dream property. First of all, like, what is, we try to understand what is your dream property. Yes, for everybody, property itself is a dream. For somebody, yes, it's an investment. Maybe third, fourth property is an investment. But for the first buying, it is definitely a dream. So we try to understand what is your dream, because if we don't understand your dream, then we will choose a wrong property for you. So first of all, we try to understand what is your dream property and how does it look like and what is that you're looking at. And then accordingly, yes, we will choose a property as per your dream, as per your requirement. We don't force you with the property which we have, but we get your property which you want to have. Yes, again, with a certified legal check and evaluation. Yes, whenever you go for a property, first thing is we understand your dream. Second is we choose a property as per your requirement or as per your dream. And then, yes, we also provide a certified legal check and evaluation of the particular property with supporting documents to which can enable you to take a decision comfortably. And yes, and the fourth one is we also help in negotiation for the best deal, because we are here to make a customer happy, because we know that our customers are happy, we are going to get more references and we are going to get more businesses. We are not here to make money from every deal. Yes, we are making money, but apart from making money, we also doesn't want the customer to suffer in terms of paying higher price. We negotiate as if that I am buying the property. When I buy a property, how would I negotiate? In the same way, our team negotiates with the seller so that you get the best of the best deal. Yes. Again, this is something which maybe a lot of people don't do, but we do it. That is post selling. And once the sale happens, you've done your sale deed, everything is done. After that, there are still further formalities to be completed, like the property tax has to be transferred to your name. The sales certificate has to be transferred to your name. The electricity bill has to be transferred to your name. These are services generally people are not providing, or very few people are providing. But we are also among the few people who would provide these services even post sale. So these things we do. And yes, for any details, you can call us on 830-880-1887 or 830-880-1887, or you can check us on Facebook, that is Narsiman L. Please do call us, or if you are not reachable, then just drop in an SMS that property buying, whatever your details. We will definitely call you up. Our expert team will call you up, fix up with an appointment. We will ensure that the properties which you want, we are able to get. And for your information, we are more working on one few locations so that the customer gets the personalized service. We are working in Baner, we are working in Wakad, we are working in Hinjawadi, and we are working in the Baner Balawadi Road. So these are the few locations which we are working on. So these areas we are definitely specialized because we have a very very good connect in those areas, and we have a lot of clients who have already bought, and we have serviced those people. So definitely in this area, that is like as I said, Baner, Hinjawadi, Wakad, Balewadi, Baner, and so these areas including Bhumkar Chowk. So this is the area which we are operating as of now. And other areas, yes, we will be in a position to get you a support, but exclusively these areas we would definitely get the best of best because we already have clientele base, we already have entire data which is fixed, and we can definitely give you the best dream home along with the services, along with the expert, and along with the clarity. And it is definitely going to be benefit for you in terms of saving money across everywhere. So please do call us and have a feel of it. That we're not charging you in the starting itself till the time the deal is done. So call us for the best property management services. Thank you. Take care, and take care of yourself and your family during this COVID-19. We will always pray that everybody is fit and fine, and let the world get free from corona as early as possible. Thank you. Goodbye.